What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and today we are here with an unloaded Glock 26, completely empty as always. They are always safety checked prior to the video. And before we get started, I want to say hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on this Glock 26. And what my inspiration was behind this is I love the Glock 26, obviously, but there's a guy who competes professionally, and I believe he's in like the top 30. I thought he was ranked 26 last time I looked into him. And he uses a Glock 26. So he's competing against people with CZ Shadow, competition pistols, full sizes, all sorts of stuff. Glock 34s that are completely custom. And all he has is a stock 26 with an optic on it, which is absolutely amazing. I believe it's a Gen 3 as well. Now, what makes that amazing is it just goes to show if you put enough time and effort and resources into shooting, you can get good with even any pistol, even the Beretta Pico. And that thing's a piece of crap. No offense to anyone who owns a Beretta Pico, but mine is a piece of junk. But it just goes to show that's why I love pocket pistols. That's why I love single stacks, because I can shoot them so well. That's why I like smaller firearms. I shoot them so well, so fast, so accurately that I don't mind carrying them because I don't want to be uncomfortable all day, and I can shoot these almost just as good as any larger handgun. On top of that, he said the same thing I do. I shoot my 26 better than my 19, better than my 45. And I know a lot of people with 26s, they say the same thing. For some reason, they shoot their 26 better or the same. And I agree with that. And there's less muzzle flip with it than the larger handguns. It's like the perfect fighting size because it's thick enough to have weight on the slide, wide enough to get a great purchase on it. And it's just truly the perfect size for concealability, still having capacity, and shootability. So I love that. Let's get into it. Handle at Edge Series grips. Why Handle at Edge Series grips? Because they're somewhere in between rubber grips and, you know, that granulate sandpaper texture, right? So you still get awesome grip when you're sweaty and stuff, but none of this is going to rip up your clothes. It's not going to rip up your tank tops. It's not going to leave rashes on your skin. It's like the perfect combination. I also like their Elite Series. Those are the two grips I use the most. Now I have a red pins and red control kit for this. Now that was from the Glock store. And what I really like about it is this slide stop. Now, a lot of people use their slide stops as slide releases, but I use them as slide stops. I usually slingshot it to chamber a round or anything like that. But I know a lot of people use that. So basically, almost is an extended control. As you can see, it sticks out a lot more than the OEM one. And man, do I love it. It works great. It functions awesome. Also, the red kit looks perfect. And what I like about getting a full red kit is all the reds match. You're not mix matching different shades that are a little bit off, therefore they don't match. These all match. Magazine wise is just a 12 round OEM Glock 26 mag. These are just come with the Glock 26 grips from Handle It. They're little memory pads basically. I just use them to keep my mind associated with the spot in my finger, keep that finger off the trigger, but also have a little bit of traction to fight some recoil off. Backplate is just a custom one I found online. Not really sure the brand, but I just thought it looked really cool. It's different, whatever. Timney Alpha trigger. Now, this trigger, I don't even have the competition springs in it. It comes with two sets of springs, competition and everyday carry. I have the everyday carry spring in there because as is, it is crazy fast. And on top of that, the red blends in perfectly with everything else. The color on the slide and that red matches this perfectly, and it looks great. Now, trigger pull wise, I'll show you what it looks like. It is so dang crisp. I mean, reset. Now, if I throw the different springs in there, it's going to be shorter, lighter, all that, but it is so light as is. I wouldn't even carry a trigger like this. Then, next up, we have a True Glow TFX Pros. These are the ones that are fiber optic, as you can see, but also have tritium in them. So they tend to be like $120 to $130, and then they have the orange ring outline on front. But all three dots, not only during daytime, have amazing light to them because of the fiber optics, but they work great at night, great in the dark. As you can see, they truly glow like crazy. That's why they are so expensive, but they are absolutely awesome sights. As you can see, they come with like a U-notch pattern. I'm just trying to show you the rear sight. It is a U, but very easy to just sit down in there and aim. Absolutely love them. Now, the slide did come with an option for a port, but I didn't do the ported barrel. This is just a regular live-free Armory match grade barrel. I have about 10 to 15 of these barrels. They just run. They just work. They're not going to break the bank. And the thing is, on a lot of handguns where I put a ton of rounds through them and I really wear down the barrel, I occasionally will swap in this barrel. Or when I'm at the range, I'll use the Live Free Armory barrels to save my OEM barrels. And I do that for times like the pandemic when it was all steel ammo. And I didn't want to destroy everything on my handgun. So I bought aftermarket extractors and stuff like that. And a bunch of these barrels, and they just run. So it is what it is. Like I said, I do not carry this handgun. Last but definitely not least, which you're probably wondering about, is that slide. Check this thing out. Now, this is from Gun Cuts. And when they call themselves Gun Cuts, they really mean it. Look at those cuts. Look at how perfect everything is. Look at that. And when they asked what color I wanted, I honestly had no clue. But I was actually hoping for something that would go with the red. And we didn't even discuss the red or anything like that. And they sent with this pattern. I was like, oh my goodness, it just all worked out perfectly. They sent this perfect grayish black camo. And look at that. They did an awesome job with the Cerakote. Awesome job with the pattern. Obviously, it's wearing down in a couple spots just from holster use. But look at that up close and personal. I mean, it is great. Like I said, you can run it ported if you wanted to. I actually have a barrel that I can throw in this and it would be completely ported. But I would probably change out that sight. Actually, probably not now that I think of it because it's so long. It would just come out of there and there. But it might get gunked up pretty easily. But no big deal. This thing is fast, accurate, and an amazing shooting handgun. Like I said, I would never carry this, but overall, I love this thing. This is my range toy. This is something that tends to sit in the safe unless I'm going to the range and just want to have a little bit of fun. But I don't use it as much as my other Glock 26s or my other handguns for that matter. It's just a good overall build, good setup, and Gun Cuts does offer this exact slide in like with an optics cut and all that. But what I like about Gun Cuts is they have a bunch of awesome Glock slides, and they're unreal. The other one, I think it may be called the Gun Cuts Raider. I believe the other Glock 26 slide is unreal. I didn't know which one to go with. This is the one I went with, but the other one is unreal as well. It's a toss-up. It's like flip a coin because they both look absolutely great. But this combination is just beautiful. I think this is an awesome build. You may not like it, and that's fine. You can drop it in the comments. But other than that, rate this build. Tell me your thoughts on it. And I'll just leave a little bit of time at the end of the video. Go over everything really closely so you guys can see it all without me talking. Thanks for watching, guys.